Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And we're back here at the Dalazappa Passage Pokemon Center. Forget what it's actually called. And like I said, I did all the battles that I could. And I didn't realize this area is actually probably higher level than what it should be. I thought it was lower, but this is, you'll see like 39s in here. So, yeah, maybe don't necessarily take this path, but it's right by the Poison Crew base, so it's like I always like to just go through here on my way. Plus, I wanted to pick up our Ice-type team members before doing the normal gym. I do not want to fight you. Also, in between parts, I made sure I got everyone on the team decently leveled up. I did do some exploring ahead, but I kind of... Oh my god. I did do some exploring ahead to battle some of the trainers that I needed to, you know, and get some things done, just get levels, but I didn't actually go into the next town. So I want to just head here. So I leveled up this team specifically, and I also have all these guys at level 36, which is our next cap, but they're not being used in the gym, so yeah. I've had second guesses about using Allure in this upcoming normal type gym here. Main reason being just I feel like it might be better to use Roll, simply because Roll will not have another good opportunity to be used. But then again, Roll does get dark type moves, so I don't know. I think it's the case where there are a lot of team members that are just good late game and a lot of them that aren't. And Ice, for example, is one of those where we already kind of got through all the fights that Ice is good for. So yeah, also, of course, I've done some Pokedex stuff, so I'm going to get my rewards for that. Quick Balls, Dusk Stone, and Dusk Ball. Not quite enough for the Shiny Stone, but that's fine. I'm probably not going to complete the Pokedex simply because that would require trading, which I can't really do. Is just me. So, you know. But I do like to get the extra rewards. Also, you may notice that everyone here is 35. That's because I do want to do the battles in the gym test. And it's also because, and Lucas is 34 because I want to use XP Candy SS and 35. Lucas is evolving. Hopefully no longer weak and kind of outclassed. Hopefully Lucas will perform better now that, like, it's evolved. It went from an egg to an ostrich. This is Espathra. Or it could be Espiathra. I don't know. Anyway, it emits psychic power from the gaps between its multicolored frills and sprints at speeds greater than 120 miles per hour. That's the end of the evolutionary chain, and it gets the signature move Lumina Crash, which, also harshly lowers target's special defense. It's a special move, despite being, like, advertised as, like, it's fast and strong. It's still a special attacker, which is kind of weird, but it's whatever. Also, I got one with Opportunist, and that's pretty cool. It's just better than Psybeam, except it has less PP, but that's not an issue. Okay, cool. I probably will not be using any PP ups, simply because there's no real reason to when I'm playing with a more flexible moveset in mind. But another thing that I wanted to do is I wish my controller would stop doing that. I found an Ice Stone in between episodes, so I want to use that to evolve our Citadel. Citadel's evolving. We catch this thing, find an Ice Stone immediately, and then evolve it. Pokemon really needs to stop giving you Pokemon, like, late. The Pokemon games need to stop giving you Pokemon so late in the game that you can already evolve them when you catch them. It's just kind of sad. Like, if they made Ice Stones also less common, You know, I was worried maybe we wouldn't be able to evolve it, but I found an ice stone, so I don't know. Anyway, congratulations, your Citadel evolved into Satitan. It's a Terra Whale Pokemon. Ice energy builds up in the horn on its upper jaw, causing the horn to reach cryogenic temperatures that freeze its surroundings. Alright, that's the end of that evolutionary line too. And it doesn't get any moves. At least by evolving. It might get something through remembering. Also, this thing has the longest cry in the game. You just heard it, obviously. No, it does not. Huh. Well, defense is pretty good, so I'm actually going to use my one body press TM on this guy. Because defense. I mean, sure, no, it's got better defense than special defense. I was going to say, sure, I don't really need takedown right now, or bounce rather, so I'll get rid of it. And it's like, bounce isn't even that good of a move. Like, it's high power, but I don't know. Anyway, so this is the move sets I'm going into the gym with. The only thing left to really worry about is held items. I don't exactly know if there's anything worth it. Like Punching Glove I could give to Primeape. Assault Vest, like, that could be Titan. Rocky Helmet maybe could be like Golden Go. I don't know. Expert Belt, who knows? I'm not going to worry with held items for now. Not important enough. What is important enough is I never named Satitan. So... I don't know. Let's get to the town. I'll think about it on the way. So, obviously, if you were with us last episode, we came from this way, from Zapapico. This way goes up the mountain, which we don't want to go to yet. And also, we can go this way to Medali. So this is the direction we want to head. I only came through here very briefly. So, there is a bit of exploring to do in Medali once we get there, but I don't plan on doing the gym this episode. I plan on just starting it. I already battled some of the people through here, but this is the pathway down to Medali. But, like, around here, the Citadel are 32-ish. You know, so I just came from the higher level area for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the open world setup of this game, honestly. Not a fan of open worlds in general. I wish there was at least a linear path that wasn't so awkward to navigate. But here we are. This is Medali. It blended into the screen. Okay. I'm just gonna set my respawn point here for if I lose a battle. Alright. And now... I wonder if I've battled enough trainers in this area. I probably have. Have some nice battles. Oh, I need one more. Are you serious? Okay. Well, while we're here, I guess I'll also show you the alternate route you can take to Medali. Your alternate pathway to Medali is going back to Porto Marinata and then over to the Colonnade Hollow, or whatever. I don't know. And don't go this way. This will take you to Castle Royale Lake, which is way too high level. So just go under this little thing and go down this path over to this side of the city. Simple enough. Hopefully you don't get lost. Anyway. I forget. There's an item up on there, so I have to do this. I hope this item's worth it. It probably isn't. Premier Ball. Yeah, that wasn't worth it. Okay. Full restore. There are some good items here, that I remember. Oh, no. Okay. There are good items here. Reflect, I guess, is not one of them. I mean, it's okay. It's good to have your Reflect TM, but not necessarily the best. Then there's leftovers. Oh, this is the guy. It wasn't in, what do you want to call it? It wasn't in Mesagoza, this is the guy who you can talk to if you want to get your Gimme Ghoul coins after you have 999. So I don't think there's much else. Nope, doesn't appear to be. I'm just doing another search of the perimeter. Okay. Well then, with all that done and out of the way, sorta, kinda, I think it's now in our best interest to probably... First off, let's Titan get some EXP. Okay, I got a couple name ideas here. First, the Titan. Our first one is like the classic Snowy, but I don't think that works just because a little too large to just be Snowy. So my next idea is going with Glacier, which reflects the larger size, but it doesn't really fit my whole naming convention of trying to be mostly real names. Like, I guess Allure isn't a real name, you know. So, the only thing I'm really left with is, like, I don't know. I don't want to just call her Frosty. That's a snowman, not... Also, we only really had one snowman Pokemon, which is Galarian Darmanitan, which I find weird. So, I'll be back in a minute. I probably only need like one more minute to think about it, but it's better that I just cut out the thinking process of giving, to Titan a name than just, leave it in. Okay, I think I have the name. Kind of generic for an ice type. But I'm gonna go with Winter. Just cause, white, but also I don't think any other, like, ice names fit because they're all a little too delicate for whale. Winter, however, can be cold and unforgiving, which is, different. Anyway, yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna give Winter a chance to show off here. I'm not gonna save the game. Do I have any, ribbons or marks? No, okay. I'm not gonna save the game because obviously that would, ruin this recording if I needed to, go back for any reason, but it feels weird to not save right before entering a gym building, even if I'm only doing the gym test right now. Hey, Pun Food! Oh, it's Nemona. I saw you going into the gym and came running. Listen, I'm really sorry I couldn't battle you last time we ran into each other. Wait, don't get me wrong, I didn't chase you down just to battle you. Then again, I guess I wouldn't mind a battle or anything if you wanted to. What do you say? Sure. Yes! Battle time! You and me, Pun Food! Wait, hold on, I want to be sure to pick the right Pokemon for where you're at in your journey. Sorry, give me a sec to fine-tune my team, then we can battle. In fact, while you're waiting, go ahead and take on the gym. Alright. So, go into this gym prepared. Nemona gave you the heads up. Don't get caught off guard by it. You're not battling Nemona now. You battled Nemona directly after you defeat the gym leader. So, the team that you fight the gym leader with is also the team you're gonna have to fight Nemona with. So while it's advantageous to bring your fighting types to take on the normal type, it's also a good idea to bring your starter to counter her starter, and also make sure to bring a counter to her, Pawmo, and her obvious, Rockruff, which I think is evolved in this battle, and it wasn't before. And then she also has a new Pokemon that I'm not necessarily going to spoil, but you might want to bring an Ice Dragon or Fairy type. With that being said, let's start the gym test. Welcome to the Medali Gym. Let me register you as a challenger. Your name is Pun Food, yes? Great. Now, in order to face gym leader Larry, you'll first need to pass the gym test. Here at the Medali Gym, that means ordering a special secret menu item. Specifically, a menu item at the Treasure Eatery, a much-loved restaurant here in Medali. Order correctly and you pass. Right now, there are 3 other challengers around town attempting this gym test. Each challenger has been given a different clue that'll help them discover the secret dish. You'll be given a clue as well. Please find and battle the other challengers. The losers must tell the winner their clue. Your goal is to gather clues and use them to determine the secret dish, then order it from the waiter at the Treasure Eatery. Only the challenger who's able to order correctly will pass the test. Your clue is to find out how the regulars season their dishes. I suggest you start by hearing what a regular at the Treasure Eatery has to say. And I would not start with that because the Treasure Eatery is our final destination in this gym test, so obviously don't do that. Now, the gym test will start as soon as we exit. Okay. Now, if you're, me and you've played this game before, the answer doesn't change based on, playthrough or anything. So, theoretically, if you've played the game before, you could head straight to the Treasure Eatery and submit the correct menu option. But I'm going to do it the intended, quote-unquote, way, by battling all the people. You don't even need to battle them, you just need to know what hints they have. So, it's really about, it's really not too much a hassle, but I'm going to battle them just to show off the fights. Also, again, to show off Winter, because I don't want to lead Winter in the actual gym battle. So let's see how much body press does. We outspeed. It's not that bad. I guess our defense isn't as high as maybe, I'd like it to be. But body press doesn't lose damage when you get your attack dropped. So that's always good. Now, I could use body press because I go first, or I could try ice shard. I'll use body press again. Okay. Take out the Ursaring and alright. Get EXP. I can't believe this gym test makes us steal each other's clues. That's fighting dirty. I don't know. I mean, we give each other money when we win. I don't know how much dirtier it is. Alright, let's put... So, Winter's doing well. Winter's strong. Winter needs EVs. Oh, right, I need to ask about the clue. I already know what it is, but she's gonna say, the clue I was given is to look for a dark spot surrounded by stairs. Don't remember seeing any dark spots. I wonder where it is. It's in here. Some faint writing here. It says Fire Blast? So that's your first clue. Fire Blast. Second clue that you need to get is, I believe, over this way. And it's gonna be you. Okay. You're taking the gym test, aren't you? I can tell. Get ready to spill the beans about your clue. But what's weird is all these people are supposedly students on their own treasure hunt, on their own gym test, and yet they all prescribe to the normal type Pokemon rule. That's kind of weird if you ask me, but whatever. Let's just do Seed Bomb. Sure, Dunsparce is weaker than Ursaring, but it knows Hyper Drill and you haven't evolved it? What is wrong with you? Okay. Seed Bomb again. Hope for a crit, I guess. Okay. I know I outspeed. Do I have quick attack? No. Okay, but it doesn't either. Okay, that's good. Alright. Dunsparce fainted. And beat the student. Do I have to tell you my clue since I lost? Yes, you do. Yeah, anyway. Fine, here's my clue. Listen really closely to the blue bird Pokemon. All that thinking kept me from focusing on the battle. Okay. So, obviously, here's a blue bird. At least they're all next to the things. Talkabilly, Talkabilly. Isn't he the cutest? And this ain't nothing. No think, no think. I don't know. Medium, medium. I guess they just trained the bird to say the correct answer. So we have Fire Blast and medium. I'm gonna do a heal on Florian. And we're gonna... Apparently this little girl's gonna beat the Medali gym. Excuse me, you're taking the gym test, right? Tell me your clue about the secret dish. Come on, tell me, tell me, tell me! Alright. Okay. So, Gumshoos, at least it'll give us more EXP. She has 2 Pokemon, which is, you know. So I guess she's probably the most threatening of the trainers that we've seen here. Oh my god, we have no defense. Alright, let's Seed Bomb and just finish off the Gumshoos. Alright. So, Greedent. I'm not going to switch Pokemon because I don't believe in playing on Switch style anymore. Just a personal belief. Greedent... I'm going to switch out for you, Greedent. Alright. Greedent either gives me HP or attack or defense, I think. We're going to send in Winter. Again, Winter won't be getting any chances to really get the spotlight for a while because of how Ice works. Oh, it's normal type. I forget Body Slam isn't fighting type. Which is kind of weird, I know. I hope you give... Oh, God. That's bad. You know what? We're just gonna, Well, no matter what you do, I should be immune. This is the reason I brought, Allure to this gym, because it's our only... Well, actually, we have 2 ghost types. But, you know. So, we're gonna go for Flash Cannon. Alright. Took care of Greedent. And... Does anyone level up? Florian leveled up. That's nice. Okay. I wish we could just trade clues like we trade Pokemon. Well, I don't really trade Pokemon except to complete the Pokedex. Oh. Yeah, we hit 36. So, Florian's evolving. And that's the main reason I wanted to include it in this gym battle. Mainly just because... Evolution. Anyway. Sprigatito is probably my second favorite starter of all time. And Meowscarada is a big reason why. I've always loved grass-type starters. There are like 2 fire starters I like, 2 water starters I like, and like all the grass starters I'm completely in love with, except for Trico. But Meowscarada is the Magician Pokemon. With skillful misdirection, it rigs foes with pollen-packed flower bombs. Meowscarada sets off the bombs before its foes realize what's going on. It's also now a Dark type. I personally believe Meowscarada should have been Fairy or Psychic type, but I understand with misdirection they wanted to make it Dark. But the main reason I think Fairy and Psychic also would have worked decently well is just because we just had a Dark Ghost fighting trio in Hisui. So, like, I don't know, the fact that Paldea's starters are also Dark Ghost fighting is kind of eh. If we didn't just have, you know, Dark Ghost fighting as our types, maybe I'd be more on board with the Dark type. I mean, I don't hate it, but I also am not a fan that Incineroar is Fire Dark and Meowscarada is Grass Dark, like our all-cat Pokemon Dark. I kind of thought with the vibrant pink flowers, Meowscarada would be Fairy, you know, maybe Psychic, right? I mean... There's nothing wrong. I still love Meowscarada. Still, like, top 10, 20 Pokemon. It's really hard. I love a lot of Pokemon. It's not my favorite grass type, but it is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And it's just fast and hits hard. It now wants to learn Flower Trick, which is 70 base powers, but this move will never miss and it will always crit. And even though it's 70 base power, it's technically 105 base power because you always have stab on it. So sacrificing Seed Bomb, effectively sacrificing, 15 base power, isn't that bad in comparison for always critting. Oh, and because it always crits, on top of that, it also deals, it's actually 150-ish base power all the time. Sure, Seed Bomb could crit, but it could also miss, and it could also not crit. So, Florian is now incredibly strong. Still Overgrow, but the hidden ability, which I can't use, is Protean, which is Greninja's hidden ability. I think that's another reason I'm not a fan of the Dark type. Like, if you're gonna... It's similar to Incineroar and Greninja. I don't know. I think that Fairy could have been Magic, Psychic could have been Magic, I think there were options. I also think making it Fairy or Psychic would have just made a lot of sense. Can we also now get better moves? No, we have to learn those by level up. Okay. Aerial Ace could be good, just not my cup of tea. Now that it's evolved, I can probably learn some different moves, but yeah, nothing really worth it right now. We're just gonna leave things as is, and get our last clue, actually, too. Hello? My clue is to look for something that's the odd one out at one of the ice cream stands. So, I'm really excited to have Meowscarada. Anyway, I believe it's this one. No. Okay. This one? No, okay. So it's this one. If you go to this one, our odd one out is obviously the grilled rice balls. So, obviously, we're going to head into the thing and order now using the 3 clues that we got. I do still need to battle another trainer in the area, but I'll do that probably not in between parts, but after we do the gym and all that stuff. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I think the Paldean starter trio are up there. My favorite starter trio is Kalos, and then it's a 3-way tie between Unova, Alola, and Paldea, I believe. But I do sort of think that the fact that we just had Ghost fighting Dark as our starter types and Hisui, the fact that the Kalos starters basically did the same except swapping Ghost for Psychic, the fact that Psychic is a better type to complete that triangle than Ghost, and the fact that just in general I feel like they kind of stretched some of the starters to fit those types does make me kind of feel like the Dark type on Meowscarada is a little lame. Anyway, next time I guess we'll go into the here and order the thing. I didn't say that with enough energy. I don't know if I was fully ready to end the video. I guess I am. Because, next time we'll go in there, order our thing, and fight the gym leader. But for now, my name has been, and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and it always will be Pun Food. Despite the name of my channel being Pun Food, I don't really do a whole lot of food puns. And that's because, the name of my channel was kind of just 2 words I threw together. I like food, I like puns, right? But I don't talk a whole lot about food on the channel. So in the end I ended up deciding, well, the puns are kind of like food, you consume my puns. And even still, I don't do puns all that often. I mostly save them for the end of the videos. I might have a couple prepared for the middle of the video. But, I don't know. I feel like, it's really hard to focus on gameplay and then come up with puns on the spot. I'm really good at coming up with puns on the spot. It's just not necessarily while I'm playing a game and recording it, Anyway, I'm sorry to rant,